Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tony from Urban Girl Scout Media, coming to you with an impromptu episode of the Scoutcast. And I am on my way driving to work right now. I am doing like I said, an impromptu episode on the Scoutcast as I head to work because if you haven't heard, this is going to be magic related, by the way. If you haven't heard, there is a potential. I'm not saying this is all set in stone. I'm not saying that this is 100%. It's just something that could easily be the one in a million that finally gets caught on camera. But Rudy from Alpha Investments yesterday released a video where he opened two boxes that I'm not saying they're not from the same print and distributor, but the way that he dumped the bigger boxes containing the four smaller booster boxes on the floor, it looked like he potentially got a different boxes from two different bigger boxes. They come in sets of four. So if you're with me so far, sorry guys, haven't really drank my coffee yet. But anyways, so he opens these. So these are 24 booster packs in each box. And he's going to open two boxes. So we're talking about a total of 48 packs. Every pack is supposed to be randomized and comes with one rare. Okay? 15 cards, one rare. 23 of the 24 rares in the two boxes matched. Almost identical in opening order. Now, he moves the packs out of the box a little bit differently. And I'm not saying it was even that bad of what he got out of it. But 23 of the 24 rares were identical. The first 7 were the same, if I'm not mistaken. This brings up so many just things that I don't have enough time to get into all of them. So I'm just going to highlight the big ones. First off, that's a pretty big fuck up. If that is true, that's a pretty big fuck up from WotC. There's no excuse. The distributors, the print run, whoever did it, I don't give a shit. That's a pretty big fuck up. You've already taken a set that's supposed to be thank you for 25 years of playing a trading card game, and you didn't make it that good to begin with, and now this. And the reason that I'm so fired up is, think about your local game store, and a lot of people have talked about this. Think about your local game store. So do you trust them? Do you trust that they wouldn't try and pull those good packs out? Because here's what happens. If you buy, let's say you buy a booster case. So it comes with 4 boxes. You open one box and you see where the rares are. You open the second box, maybe you confirm it. And if this holds true and it goes all the way through and there is no randomizing, you can map out these boxes incredibly simple. Like, it's not going to be tough. Whether you follow the fact that it goes from one box to the next, or you just pay attention to which packs they're in, it just changes everything. So now you're asking Magic players to go in, buy loose packs, potentially, for $10. $10. And then hope that local game stores do not try and map out the box to get the good cards for themselves. Now, I'm going to stop right there and say, as someone who has played at, been associated with, worked at, bought from, and sold to local game stores all over, okay? They are not all greedy, scummy people. They really are not. But there are some that if they can figure out how to get just a little bit more of an advantage on their side, they almost don't have a choice because of how thin their margins are. So that's the scary thing, is some people who are genuinely probably just good people are going to try and do this just based on how thin their margins are, so that they don't go under, because the game is struggling. There's people who can't even host FNM. But back to the boxes. So again, if this holds true, first off, how the fuck don't you randomize the cards? Like, this has been an issue in the past where box mapping's been a thing. This will be one of the easiest box map sets ever. Again, if this holds true. The next couple days, there's going to be a lot of people opening these boxes. They ship out. They're going to be sold. All kinds of stuff. So we'll see what happens. A lot of people are going to be paying attention to this now. So it's not like videos won't make their way up on the internet. Sorry, I needed some water. I guess what concerns me is WotC didn't care enough to give us a decent set. WotC didn't care enough to give us cards that we really wanted. WotC doesn't care enough to give us material that doesn't bend or warp before we even get our hands on it. WotC doesn't even care enough to use rational logistics in how to monitor and ban people from their game. And now WotC doesn't even care enough to ensure that there's randomizing in their cards. Like, just go through the list, guys. Just think about all that stuff. Maybe Jace has something to do with it. Putting him in the set late, unbanning him. Maybe these are all tied together. I don't know. Conspiracy theories are going to come out in droves. But what you guys need to know is that this first run, this first distribution of boxes, the ones that are coming out in 2 days, the ones that a lot of people have done for pre-order, you need to make some life choices. You've already overpaid. We've all seen that. If you pre-ordered, you overpaid. There's a very good chance you overpaid. If you pre-ordered before the entire set was released and the prices started plummeting. So you gotta make some life choices, because you might have those boxes and you might have the opportunity to open them, and maybe you sit on them, and maybe they become this, huge collector's item down the road. I don't know. It's a very interesting aspect. But on the same token, if you know what's going to be in there, do you really want the packs? I don't know. I am so wildly torn by the whole thing that I don't actually know what to do. Like, there's going to be people who are going to be selling these boxes at the lowest possible rate to get rid of them. And then there's going to be people who want to collect them because of what's going on. So this is just a very weird fuck up. But it's a fuck up nonetheless. So you got to ask yourself, you feeling lucky, punk? Well, are ya? Because if you go into that local game store, that was a horrible impression, I'm sorry. But if you go into that local game store and you buy those loose packs, do you trust them? And then also, how the hell does this happen? I mean, I don't know. There are some good singles from the set, and I definitely intend on getting a few, but when it's all said and done, guys, we got to start demanding more. We really do. Because this has to be considered unacceptable. But I think that's going to wrap it up for this episode. It's about time to get to work. For those of you who know what's going on at work, it's moving day. Got moved up yet again. So here's to an easy one. If you like the content, something you can do for almost no inconvenience to you other than clicking a few things is like, subscribe, maybe share, send a shout out, maybe put a comment on. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Scoutcast.